Alright guys, we are back again, making a few more deployments because we got to get the rest of 2026 out. So today we're going to deploy 3DSmax 2026. So already kind of downloaded the package, renamed this. Like I said, I like to take out the spaces in the dash language from the folder structure, but this is just the web download of 3DSmax that you create off the creator file. So we got this. We got our PowerShell script. Again, the main applications are real simple. We're just copying the install into our C Autodesk folder. If this doesn't exist, this command will create the C Autodesk folder so that you have it. Doesn't matter if it's there or not. Main line calling this by command prompt with the quiet just to run the command. So we're going to run the install. And then we're going to make our package. So let's start with this. So we know this is our input Autodesk. Can't forget your quotes if you have a space. Then we're going to go in and run our script. So we got 3DSmax 2026 install. And because PowerShell, got to add our comment. Let it know to run. We're going to close these. Going to watch Task Manager. You can watch it kind of kick up. Just for what it's worth, the package for 3DSmax is about 5.5 gigs. So that's going to be roughly the size of your Win32 app. And we're going to let this run until we get our little shortcut and our registry keys. Do this for two reasons. Then I know I have the exact registry keys for my deployment of what I'm installing. Then I also know my PowerShell script works, so it's never a case of a messed up script when it comes down. I always like to do the install like this before anything else, before packaging, before uploading, just to make sure everything's working right. Because if it works out of this folder, it's going to work on deployment. And that's all there is to it. But once we see that the install is moving, we can move along with some of our other things. There's the setup.exe going. You can see that. There's the Autodesk installer. So, and then, like I said, because this is going to copy into our C Autodesk folder, we can go there. Again, if this didn't exist, it would get created. So we can see that, oh no, thanks Adobe. We can see that our 3DSmax folder is here. So it got copied over, first step, then started the install. The other thing to keep in mind here is the reason you want to keep these folders on your C Autodesk one, because your install location does get kind of queued up when you're running an update, especially Revit. Revit always looks for the original install folder to run updates. At least it has in the past. If that changes, great. I would hope they wouldn't need to have it for hard drive space reasons, but they do. So we're going to let this go. Install is going. Got a registry editor. So with main apps, I like to always say we have two places we can look. Obviously this isn't close to done yet, so the keys aren't all here yet, but you can always look under the local machine software. There'll be a thing here for 3DSmax, but the uninstall keys will give you the uninstall key if there is one. So I always like to use those. Also for main apps, I generally use the exe, or if I'm using a registry key, I look for the name, not the version or anything like that, because your core app is going to stay. Your updates may change the version number, etc. So we'll let this run. And just so you can see the folder. It's always local machine, software, Microsoft, Windows, current version. Then you're going to find your uninstall. These are all your uninstall keys for the machine. I don't know if you can hear, the computer's definitely winding up while installing this. So you can see some of the registry keys are starting to show up for a few of the 3DSmax stuff. So you can see the install locations there in this one registry key, version number, everything like that. So this is for just one of the components, so it's probably close to finishing. Yep, not quite. I always like to say once the desktop shortcut shows up, the registry keys will all be there, so it's kind of their last step. We should be winding down soon, so take a look to see if the registry key showed up yet. Components, components, components. Not all yet. So the other thing is these apps take a while to install, which means a lot of times in Intune or Company Portal, the 100% installed or the failing display in Intune aren't accurate a lot of times, especially when you're first pushing something out. If it goes past like a 20-minute window, which includes the download time, it's just whenever it's initialized, it may time out detection, and so what it'll do is the install won't stop, but when your computer like restarts and that Intune service restarts, or when you use company portal and it does a recheck. On recheck, it will run the detection rule and then immediately just marked it as installed. So if you see a computer that it's installed on, but Intune isn't showing up, sometimes they need a restart for Intune to kind of recatalog it, or the person just to go into company portal and just, hit install, and it will just detect that it's there, and then it takes a few minutes to report back. Up, and there we go. We got our icon. So that means the installer is winding down. Should mean our registry key here is as well. So let's find it. That's the same one. Don't think that's the correct one, but could be. There we go. So now you see it. And this install source is kind of what I'm pointing to. Some of the Revit updates will generally look for the Revit install source by default. So nice thing is, if they don't have it there, you can have it come back down from company portal, that kind of thing. But we'll get into that in some of the update videos. So now we have a key if we want to use this one. So we're going to go back to PowerShell. It's still wrapping up a little bit because it's not completely done. So we'll leave that running. Go back to our PowerShell. Call our installer. Let's go make sure we get the name for our setup file correct. Which is always the name of your PowerShell script. And again, this is going to be slightly bigger, so we're looking at a 5.5-ish gig Win32 app. So imagine this is going to take a good 10 minutes or so, maybe longer, to package. So I'm going to mute for a bit while that goes on. Alright, so there we go. So we're going to make a new app. So let's do 132. Select. Now this upload is going to take a while, so we have that. Next 2026. We're going to go to the release notes in the help section. We're going to grab icon, go to the release notes, add these in, select our logo, we just grabbed. This, we're going to grab basically what we used for 2025. I should name this the same. No one's really installed the 2025 version, though we have 2024 out there as well. And then we made this. 2026, you can see I kind of use the same. Install, that's correct. Go to our registry key here, see if there's an uninstall string, and there is. So we'll put that in there. 64-bit. We'll go and we will, this one, use the 3DSmax application. So we're going to our C drive. We're going to go with the exe. So target our folder. We're going to target the exe file. We're going to say the file exists, and that's kind of it. So no dependencies, no supersedence, and we're going to make it available for all users. And there you go. It's going to go ahead and upload. This will take a while, just time of day, but in about 30-40 minutes it'll be up in company portal for us. Thanks everyone.